Gentlemen, it looks like we'll be number 3 for departure. We'll be departing in just a few moments.
The British Virgin Islands is a place that has pretty much been hiding in plain sight for the last decade or so. I mean, it's always kind of been on the radar. You've heard about it, people know about it, but when it comes to kiteboarding, not that many people have really come and checked it out. So we decided to have a closer look.
Why do you fantasize?
The BVIs, and especially this part of the BVIs here around the North Sound, it's classic Caribbean.
It's got such a laid-back vibe. Everyone's super chilled out. Everyone's just here to have fun. It's kind of just go out and ride, relax, and then come in. Happy hour starts.
It means a lot to be in the BVIs. It's close to where I'm from, so it's pretty easy for me to adapt. You know, it's pretty slow lifestyle, and it's nice to be able to come on a trip like this with the Cabrinha crew and just hang out in the BVIs.
Yeah, the BVIs is pretty insane. I think I haven't really seen any water quality like this before in my life. There's so many different colours and blues and darker blues, and then it's blowing its nuts off every single day.
The watercolour here is seriously hard to beat. I made a comment yesterday to Kiahi about the watercolour, and he was like, "You're not used to that by now." And even after 7 years, to be honest, I'm not. Like it gets you every day. It's so beautiful.
Man, it's my first time ever kiting in the Caribbean, and man, this business rocks.
The BVIs are incredible just because of the sheer number of secret little spots that you see. I mean, I've been here, what, 4 or 5 times already, and I still, every single time I come back here, I'm like, oh, I didn't know this was here, or, you know, oh, there you go, there's a new kite spot that we've never seen.
And it's a really amazing place for boating, so a lot of people come here on their boats or rent boats, charter boats, and just kind of hang out because there's just all these little nooks and crannies.
And the way it's set up here, especially at places like Saba, where, you know, Saba is a destination. I mean, it's got this great bar, it's got food, it's got a place to, you know, get ice and provisions for your boat. So all these boats come and hang out right here. So you got this influx of sailors and people with great stories, and you know, after a day of kiting, you rock up to the bar and you're having a beer and you're talking to these people, and I don't know, it's just, it brings so much more to the whole kiteboard experience. It's not just kiting and then you roll up and go to sleep at night. There's stuff going on.
Yeah, the riding conditions here are pretty sick. You basically have just a mixture of everything. You've got kind of just like a bit of choppy water, a bit of flat water, you've got kickers, you've got waves in the right conditions.
So yeah, pretty much whatever you want to ride, you can get a kite and go downwind to get flat, or go upwind if you want to have some kickers. So yeah, that's pretty much everything in one place. I really like to push the kickers kind of style. Yeah, it just opens a few doors for new tricks, you know, you cannot really do on the flat. So you know, you can ride in the flat almost every time. I mean, it's pretty easy to find decent flat spots, so you can do that a lot of times, but it's not easy to find good kickers. So when you got them, then I really want to go for it and stay there a long time. try to look at wakeboarders most of the time, and you know, they have such a like a solid style, and they have like same condition every time, so they can really push it, I think, you know, on style-wise and like on tricks. So I try to look at them and make it kiteboarding, I mean freestyle kiteboarding, look as much similar to that. Yeah, in some tricks I see we have some different chance, you know, because yeah, for sure they can go, they have constant like pull and constant wave, but we can send the kite a little more, we can move the kite, we can get a wave in a different direction, so that gives us a little more variety or chance to do different tricks. Yeah, we've been growing up pretty fast, and wakeboarding has been there for a long time, but yeah, we are definitely getting closer to what they're doing, so I think, yeah, they might be looking at us right now.
Get him a painkiller. Oh, look at that juice.
You don't want an infection. Just walk out of the deck.
Yeah, that one's going to probably hurt more than the other one.
Here we go.
Let it be. It only hurts for the first time.
You get bit by a shark?
Yeah.
How's it looking?
That's good.
That's good?
Yeah, you're fine there. So you want to go back to that kicker's place tomorrow?
I don't think so. I think I'm done with
Dude,
this.
all I can say is you're lucky that's all you got.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep it that way, yeah?
It's super cool where we're staying here on Saba Rock. It's perfect really, because it's kind of just right in the center of the whole place. We can launch off the island, and basically with a kite you have access to all these places.
I've been really lucky being able to kite here over the last 6 or 7 years, and living here too. I used to live in a different spot to what I did now, and I kite home after work every day, you know, or on a day off you can kite to a bar on a different island and catch happy hour, or you know, catch a friend at the bar and then kite home afterwards. And I don't think you can do that in many places. You know, even the furthest kite spot from where we live is kiteable. We can sometimes kite all the way up to Santa Garda and session that all day, and then get a boat back, or even ride back from there. So it's pretty unique, I think. Yeah, I believe that kiteboarding definitely transcends the sports that influence it. If you think about like the wakeboarding aspect, kiteboarding allows you to be the driver of the boat and the rider. Or if you compare it to big wave surfing, you're the guy doing the towing and the surfer. So you can put yourselves in positions that I don't think are necessarily possible in the sports that we get influenced by.
do kind of get pigeonholed into one kind of vision, and that's what they want to follow. And to me, we've got a lot of more scope and a lot more possibility of what we can do with a kite. And I think, yeah, I'm hoping it's going to transcend onto all the other industries, and they're going to see it, and it's going to bring more people in to the kiteboarding. I don't think the other sports will get to a stage where they can do what we can do, like wakeboarding for sure won't be able to. But I'm hoping it'll bring the wakeboarders over to kiteboarding when they can see the possibilities which are available and how high they can jump. Because that's pretty much the reason I got into sport. It's just boosting it. I just love it. Kiting is one of those sports where you never stop learning. I think every session you go on the water, you pick something up and something happens, and 2 sessions are never the same.
Style of riding, I guess, is female. It's girly. It's fun, and I'm definitely past the point now where I'm trying to be like one of the guys, and I guess I've kind of managed to find my own thing, which is, yeah, just happy, fun kiting. As far as, for me, kiting is not just about the sport, it's about the lifestyle as a whole. So I guess I look at surfing a lot because surfing has such a cool girls community, and whenever there are, you know, a bunch of chicks on the beach with surfboards going out for a sesh, they're never like going out to get the biggest wave out there. They're going out to hang out together, sit around, chit chat, and have fun. And I think a big part of kiting for me is hanging out with other people, riding with other girls, and just having a good time. I guess I kind of stumbled into the whole kiting thing, and I don't really remember a clear point where I was like, okay, well, this is cool. I'm gonna make this my job. I mean, it kind of sort of happened naturally. I live in a place that's great for kiting, so kind of picked it up there. Did my first competitions and did pretty well. You know, got a sponsor to sort of help me finish the tour the first year, where I ended up 5th, I think. So I was like, oh. And we kind of have a standing joke in the family, which is, yeah, let's just postpone school for another year and see where it goes. So we did that like 2 or 3 years, and then I think after like 3 years out of school, out of high school, when I was kind of like, can't really imagine going back to uni right now. So I guess that was the point where I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna ride this one out, see where it takes me. I guess one of the big things that drives me is just the travel factor. Just going out there and going to places where you just know that you would have never ended up if it hadn't been for kiting. You know, like when you find yourself in a small island out in the Pacific and you're just sitting there, there's no one else around, and you're just like, wow, like, it's pretty awesome I ended up here.
Yeah, I think the thing that's unique about the BVI is it is still pretty well preserved.
You can find places where you get internet, you can have phone service and hotels and whatnot, but at the same time, you can go right around the corner and be completely by yourself. No buildings, no other people, no connection. I guess I'd best describe my style of riding as pretty laid back and lazy. The moment I got hooked into the sport was basically down at Jabberwock Beach in Antigua. A friend of mine, Eli, he was out kiting, and I think that was the first time I saw it and realized, oh, it's just like wakeboarding, it's just like surfing, you know, just kind of like a mishmash of all these different sports put together. And living in a place like Antigua where the trade winds are quite light, I thought it was the perfect thing for me to get into. So I asked him to teach me, and he kind of gave me a quick lesson, sent me out there, and on my first run I was pretty much hooked. Like, you dive the kite and feel all that power in your hands, and you're getting pulled along by Mother Nature, and it was a pretty incredible feeling. So I think from day one I was hooked on it, and from then on I saved up for my first kite, and there was not really any turning back. I think that the thing that drew me towards kiteboarding over wakeboarding is the fact that it's just more free. With wakeboarding, you need someone to drive the boat, you have to have a good boat, you're kind of locked into the line that the boat can take, and with a kite you can go out and ride with your friends at the same time. You can go anywhere you want, you don't have to put gas in it. So to me it's a lot more free, and there's something about getting pulled by Mother Nature. There's definitely something special there that kind of always brings me back. And you know, every generation you're gonna see kids come up and basically take whatever we're doing and add to it, and just kiteboarding is just gonna keep getting better and sicker and cooler.
We kind of lucked out. You know, we put these kind of trips on the calendar and just sort of hope for the best, and we got the best. I mean, we got a solid week so far of amazing wind. I mean, it's been incredible. It's been windy every day. We're riding 9, sometimes smaller.
I think the fact that there's so many islands, so many reefs, so many sandbars, you know, if you had time to spend here, you could kind of figure out what works on what wind direction, what swell direction, and then you could shoot to specific spots that are going off, you know, given any given conditions.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a best kept secret here. I guess it's one of those places, if you own a boat, you've got to come here.
For kiting wise, it's insane. It's one of a hidden secret for sure. Yeah, stopping off where we are on Saba Rock, it was pretty cool. Yeah, landing your kite at the end of the session and packing it up, just jumping in the bar at 5 o'clock, $2.50 for a carib. It was pretty nice. It's a good way to end the session, for sure.